And with that opening, welcome to Rome to the War Barbarian Invasion. So, when I was basically first picking up this game, Rome to the War and expansion here, I actually bought this game specifically for this expansion here, Barbarian Invasion. And the reason I bought it is because it basically takes place in the time, sort of like during the fall of like the Roman Empire, or the Western Roman Empire, so to speak, because the Eastern didn't fall right away. But basically, the reason I want to basically show off this game is because I also got the game At the Gates. But basically, it was a game I kickstarted a while ago, and it recently came out during the year I purchased this. You might see this like, during 2019 when I'm recording it, who knows. But basically, I want to show off this game and what it's basically like. It's taken like the Roman era, and then you can compare that to like the At the Gates perhaps in its gameplay perhaps as well. Anyhow, I'm not really gonna jump right into the game just yet, but I'm going to try and show off a few things about what's going on here. So, basically, in Barbarian Invasion, the Huns are basically over here on the steppes, and they're making their way over to basically ransack the invaded lands of the Roman Empire. If you look at the little thing right here, it basically says they've got unmatched horsemen and archers, limited supporting infantry. I'm just going to jump into this and see what their starting position, what they basically look like. And yeah, you got these nice little pictures here, by the way. So basically, in the game, you have the Huns basically over here. They start next to the Roxo landing over here as well, and then they have all these armies. And I can see some stuff here. Basically, everyone's pagan, and then there's these guys are in flight. Basically, at the time of this game. What basically happens, the Huns are over here. They've basically driven off the Vandals, I guess, from their homeland, and they're basically making their way east to basically ransack wherever they can. If you look at all our guys here, you'll basically see that they all have these little symbols on them. Basically, if you see these little wheels, it means these are a horde, and horde units basically don't have upkeep costs, so they basically don't have to pay for any upkeep basically at the moment. Now, I'll note that the idea for this game is that you basically want to hold 15 settlements, including Rome and Constantinople. So you want to basically dominate the Roman empires. The real Attila didn't manage to do that, but it's something that you want to do in this game. Currently, you don't have any enemies as a Hun, but later on, you basically have enemies of basically everyone, basically. And of course, financially, you basically see income is 0. If I press end turn, just to skip a turn here. My money didn't go down because these guys don't have upkeep at all while we're in basically horde form. So I can basically run around with these guys, for example, in horde form and just destroy whatever I want to. And yeah, by the way, we're the strongest at the start of the game because we got so many warriors here, honestly. And they're all in one place too.
Sire, orders, my liege.
And I hope you got the family members here and stuff.
My liege.
If I look at one of these guys.
Sire. Orders! Orders! Sire!
So, there's this guy. I think this is Attila the Hun. I can't remember who it is. So basically, here's the faction leader. He's basically the guy who's leading the band. And he's the guy who ransacks all of Europe for the most part. Eventually laying the foundation for what would become the Kingdom of Hungary. Alright, so that's basically the Hun faction. Let's look around at some of the other factions going on here, I guess. So, basically, the main adversaries of the Huns are going to be the Western, Eastern Roman Empire, so let's jump into one of them. Here's the Eastern guys over here. They basically, control all of, around, the they basically own Anatolia, Greece. They own Byzantine, basically. And they'll for these all these guys, they all have different objectives to win the game. So for the Eastern Roman Empire, they basically have to own Rome over here. I guess Carthage for some reason. All of this over here. So yeah, there's our capital, Constantinople. We get a warning about basically the Huns are on our way. about people in flight and all that other stuff. Now, note by the way that up here, we basically have like the Goths. The Goths basically are going to be like one of like the first pickings for like Huns as they like make their way over here. And I'll note that the Eastern Roman Empire is in a pretty good state basically at the start of the game. So basically they've got like all these like empires basically over here in Anatolia. On their borders over here they have like the Sassanids, which are basically the Persian empires or Persian Empire. They worship a different religion than us. I'll note that in this game religion is actually a pretty big thing. You have like Christianity, like basically all of Anatolia for the most part over here, except for in Antioch, basically right there, I guess. We basically own like all the way up over here to like Libya over here, and I think at the start of the game we're allied to we're allied to like the Roman Western Empire because we're sister empires. We own access to like the Great Period and the Sphinx, so we got this basically. I guess like this is done. There's like no more great lighthouse anymore. It's gone.
Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
Rhodes no longer has this Wonder Eater. There's still this Wonder here though. So there's like the mausoleum that basically reduces construction time for stuff. I guess because like this is like pagan over here. We're not gonna worry about it. And yeah, that Hanging Gardens is basically gone too. But whatever. There's only a few wonders. That's fine. They're not, not really a big fan of this game. I'll note that basically the main containers for like the Roman Empire is gonna be like the Sassanids over here. Also, as the Huns as they like make their way down to like toward the south. And like unlike the Huns, they're actually an empire, so they have to pay upkeep and stuff like that. And let's just jump into. Well, we'll jump into Assassins first so you can see what they're all about. So Assassins, their basic job is just to sort of like take Constantinople over here, take down to Egypt over here. The Assassins are actually pretty easy to play with because they're in a nice little situation. They don't have to worry about religion too much because like they're all basically Zoroastrianism over here. Zoroastrianism is still a thing like in this era of history, so they have that access. Over here in East Settlements, by the way, they actually have like trade caravans for this basically increases the tradable goods. So they're in a fairly good situation, these guys, so they do whatever they want to. I'm not going to really play around them. I'm probably not going to care about them in this campaign, but whatever. There they are. Let's jump into the Western Roman Empire, who are basically going to be like our main adversaries for my campaign, basically. So the Western Empire is like all of Spain over here, Gaul, Italy, I guess Austria, and a little bit of Yugoslavia over there, or what would be like I guess that'd be a little bit of Serbia, a little bit of Bosnia, Croatia. I'm not exactly sure what all the countries over here are, but basically, I think that's like the main parts of like those countries over there. Yeah, we own like Carthage over here. We own a little bit of like Libya over here. Although by the way, over here in like this part of Africa, there's the Berbers. They're basically over here doing their thing. Over here in like the north of like Scotland, there's like the Celts, as well as like over here in Ireland. The Saxons will eventually come over here and say hi. But let's just jump in and say have a look around what their stuff basically looks like. Now note that the Western Roman Empire is in a much like more dire state than the other one, because basically all their settlements are basically like, in potential for revolt right from the start of the game. And more to the point, they also have the problems of the fact that basically they got like all these opportunist barbarians, like the Franks, the Alemanni on their borders. Eventually they'll have like the Sarmatians over here. And like the Lombardies and like the Burgundies basically coming down to say hi, and of course over here in like Denmark there's the Saxons. They're gonna come over here and say hi to like London Minimum over here, for example. I'll note that if you're looking for like a really easy barbarian faction to play with the Saxons, because they only have to like take out like the stuff over here, and like it's not too hard. Basically, after they take out these like summons over here. Some like resistance basically forms, but other than that, it's not too bad. By the way, there's like the cells up here. Not a whole lot to do, you know, for them, but whatever. They're not a playable faction. Over here is Berber territory. And there's a Berber diplomat that you can basically see over on the other side there. Yeah, basically, like, you know, in this game, they have a lot of cities like the Western Roman Empire, but they're like all in like Peninsula for Revolt, because like, you know, they all have problems. Basically, like, there's like lots of paganism going on over in all these other places, and you're basically a Christian nation, and of course, like, you know, Christianity and paganism, you basically have to convert them over to Christianity so that, you know, they don't have like the issues that they're basically having right now. If I go into like these summons, by the way, and like look at the summon details, you'll actually see like a breakdown of belief. And if like the breakdown is like really, really bad, you'll actually see like, you know, paganism causing unrest in a settlement. And that's basically what's like, you know, breaking the back of like the Roman Empire over here. Yes, Christianity broke the camel's back. Well, I didn't say it was only Christianity. There's other stuff too, like the Huns, but basically the settlements that like have like, you know, Christianity, like, you know, as their like, you know, de facto religion aren't like, you know, doing too bad. Like, you know, this is basically like, you know, very little compared to like, you know, the other ones, because there's only like, you know, three things for these 5. A lot of Rome is already Christian. I'll note with like the these guys, by the way, as well. They actually have lots of like, you know, money problems because they're basically, here's the thing about the Roman Empire. One of the reasons that the Roman Empire fell is because they couldn't like upkeep the cost of their armies to like defend themselves. And of course, you know, when like everything came at them all at once, they like, you know, just buckled. So they couldn't pay for like their defenses, and then of course, you know, that's what basically happens. They buckle as a result. That's why it fell. So that's basically all the stuff over here. I didn't mean to press end turn there, but whatever. You got to see these guys move around a little bit. And yeah, I can see some of the sword, by the way, is like everywhere. Buildings getting damaged all over the place. And although the, you know, the Western Roman Empire is like the largest faction at the start of the game, but that doesn't really help them when they're also the biggest target, basically, of everyone in the game as well. Now, I guess I pressed end turn there twice by mistake, but I guess to show you something while it happened. So in this game, you'll actually have like someone's actually like, you know, revolt, and with the Western Roman Empire, when like stuff revolts, it actually has a chance to like it actually doesn't have a chance. It actually will turn into like a rebel, like, you know, faction. So basically, when like, you know, there's like rebellion in like the Eastern Roman empires, they'll actually split up into like the rebel Western Empire and like the rebel Eastern Empire. So basically, these are now like rebel summons that I can't control, and they're actually another faction in the game. So rebellion or worse. This nation has been riven by dissent and outright insurrection to the point where it's broken too. Perhaps we may profit from the struggle as the two tear themselves apart. You know, traitor people. So this guy's basically, you know, betrayed us. This guy's betrayed us. Now this will basically happen in this game, and you can basically take advantage of it with, like, you know, the Barbarians over here at some point. And that's probably what I'm going to probably do when I'm basically playing these guys. I plan to play the Franks, by the way, if like you haven't caught on from like the playlist title and a lot, but whatever. Alright, let's actually quit this one for real. Now, something to note, by the way, in this game is that basically with hordes, there's basically like, you know, 2 ways they get created. And they either get created by manual, like, you know, creation, or by, like, you know, being invaded and like pushed out of your territory. I just want to show you off this real quick before we basically, you know, go from here. So I'll note that the Sarmatians are basically one of, like, you know, the first targets for like the Huns over here, because, like, you know, the Huns are, like, you know, right here, and, like, you know, the Sarmatians are literally on their doorstep. But anyways, if you look at this, like, stone right here, basically with, like, you know, certain, like, barbarian factions, they can, like, hoard themselves. And this allows them to make, like, you know, horde armies, basically. So basically, there's my horde popping out of, like, you know, my capital here. I don't know why it says the Huns are people in flight, but whatever. So basically now, as like, you know, a result of like, you know, hoarding myself, I basically have like, you know, a horde army that I can run around with and like do stuff with. And like, you know, these guys can like move around, like, you know, sort of like the Huns can. And this is actually a big part of this game because in this game, you can like abandon your settlement and like go ransacking people like and stuff. So we'll be doing that when we get, like, you play with like the, you know, the Franks for the most part. Now that the certain like factions can't do this, like the Alemanni are like one of the factions that can't do this, like they are like fixed to where they are. But like the Sarmatians, the Franks, and some of the other ones, you know, can also return to hordes, and like these hordes can be used like, you know, just to ransack stuff. Note boy, this little like, you know, settlement here, it's not gonna have very much population as a result of like taking my you know, population out. Whenever you basically turn like your guys into a horde, it actually takes a lot of population out of the center to like, you know, do stuff with. So basically these guys are now like, you know, just a little army basically doing stuff with and such. Alright, so that's basically like just a breakdown of like what's going on in the world. I'll note that I want to basically like do just like a little breakdown to sort of like show off what's going on, because I'm not going to be able to really explore around this map very easily because they won't have like the money for it. I'll have to be like, you know, basically trying to like build up like a small little empire real quick, and that'll be tough in itself, so we'll see how I do with that. Now, note with the Franks here, these guys basically have basically a very powerful like, ground force, and they have like a nice little mix of like, you know, barbarian and civilized traits. My job is basically to hold on to like, you know, the western part of France over here, and then also hold 20 stones after that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll be able to show off a lot of what this game's all about, and we'll go from there. So, here we go. To Imperial City, nothing is inconsistent with an vicious expedient. Euphemus of Athens. Alright, so first things first, welcome to the Franks. The Franks start the game with a fairly populated city that, like, you know, will be getting pretty big soon enough. And at the start of the game, I really don't want to do a whole lot much, a whole lot to basically go on here. So at the start, we're just going to build a couple peasants, I think, to do some stuff with.
Orders.
And what I really want to do, by the way, is just march over here to, like, you know, maybe take care of, like, you know, the little like settlements over here for, like, you know, some easy population. So we'll try doing that right now.
Destroy. No more moves. Orders. Kill them.
We'll send this guy over here.
Moves. Awaiting your command.
I think I want this guy to go talk to the Alemanni right now, so we'll do that. And there's the Alemanni faction here, so we'll say hi to him. We're just going to get trade rights of him to start off with. And that's all I really want to do with these guys right here. Now if I go down further, I'll basically find like the Western Roman Empire. But I think to start off with, let's go up... Well, I suppose I could go down here very close, I think, so...
Yes, master.
We'll go find our city over here. Basically, the Western Roman Empire actually has a city like on like the other side of the river over here, and like, you know, get some trade rights of them. Basically, at the start of the game, my job is I don't want to piss off people for the most part. That's all I really want to do, not piss off people. While getting my money basically going up. Okay, that's what this guy has like in here. He's got basically some basic stuff.
At your service. On my way.
We'll have that guy step out for now. Actually, go down here.
On my way. Unable to move.
So there's like one of the Roman, you know, summons right there. Though there should be like, you know, a summon for like the Romans over here as well that I want to go to first. Now, I'll note by over here, I want to basically focus on getting lots of growth going really fast, so I want to like drop my tax rate a little bit. And I'll note by the way that if I look at my financial situation right now, we're not making a whole lot in like profits right now, but basically as I like, you know, take like these small little cities, I'll like get a little bit more profits from that. And yeah, by the way, if you look at this, like, you know, powerful faith, paganism is basically a dominant religion. So at the start of this game, like, paganism is basically a dominant religion, but as time progresses, you'll probably see Christianity start to take hold because it's like, you know, more beneficial for holding an empire together. And these guys are in flight, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. So there's the Western Roman diplomat over there.
Yes, master.
This guy's not blocking me apparently. But whatever, we'll send you over here.
Yes, my lord. Unable to move.
If I can talk to him, that's fine, right? So I'll just do that. So let's basically expand it a little bit over here. I'm basically going to take the time to like build up a great hull so I can basically get more, bonuses to the law. Just basically boost up my population growth a little bit more and such. By like allowing me to build like farms and stuff.
Lord, attack!
Okay, we're going to get this guy over here.
Settlement under siege. Yes, move.
Now there's basically two ways I can do this right now. I can basically invade these guys really, really fast.
Orders.
And I actually could probably do that with these guys. But I think I'm going to just wait for my, like, extra guys to come over here and we'll basically attack them that way. At the start of the game, I basically want to, like, basically play it like this. I don't want to basically buy more troops than I have to because I'm basically going to be trying to, like, build up money. And I also want to, like, build up my population over here. So I'm probably going to, like, sack these cities to, like, get their population and enslave them over for my capital, basically, to use. Is the idea. And, there's actually something I forgot to do. In my, like, capital, by the way, I actually have access to an agent. I have access to an assassin. And I can actually train this guy up on stuff, so...
Who shall die this day?
Let's go see if I can find myself a rebel army or something.
Wish, as you wish.
They like to spawn up here sometimes, so I'm just going to look up here.
As you wish. No more moves.
Basically, if I can, I'll try and get this guy's skill up to so we can actually have an assassin play around. Though, I'll note by this guy, with his, like, low cutthroat status, it's very likely that this guy's going to, like, fail and die, but, I'll try to get him up.
At your service, hunting for clues.
Alright, cool, so there's a little bit of population in there.
At your service. On my way.
I'm going to have this guy go up here for now.
Able to move.
And...
Your honor.
wow, that's interesting. So these guys want an alliance. I'm going to say no to the alliance, but I will take his, like, trade rights. So we'll take that from them. At some point I'm going to go to war with, like, these guys, so I'm not going to backstab them, I guess. Alright, so there's a rebellion and worse happening, so the rebellion in Western Empire has basically happened already. As well as, like, the Eastern Empire, so there's basically going to be rebel factions for those guys. So basically what that means is, like, one is, like, one are, like, more like, factions that get rebelled. I'm assuming, like, over here, perhaps. Because usually these are the two that rebel, like, over here. Maybe down here. I may want to go talk to the rebels when I get the chance, but for now let's go up towards Saxony.
Out of moves.
Who shall die this day?
And I know up here is like the Saxons.
Moving into position. As you wish. As you wish. As you wish. On my way.
And I can't seem to find, like, the cities over here, even though there's like a couple cities over here, but whatever.
At your service.
Here's the Lombardy, by the way. They're, like, one of our barbarian factions that are a little bit to, like, the west of me.
Hunting.
I'll probably ally with these guys when I get a chance to.
Yes, master. At your service. Moving into.
And up there's the Burgundies.
No more moves. Unable to move.
Yes. March.
Okay, awesome. We basically got these guys here.
Attack.
I could, like, just wait for him to die, but might as well fight these guys, like, Here's the thing, if I, like, kill off some of my guys here, it'll actually make it easier for me to do stuff with these guys, so... we'll fight the battle and battle off of these guys.
The sun has risen. Many brave warriors will not see the setting of the sun today. Many cowards among our foes will pray for the night. And at the last, brave warriors, I say this. Fight with the courage our people expect. Fight like men.
So yeah, the barbarians have their own little, like, speeches that are a little bit different than the civilized people.
Await my orders.
Now, note that someone here, they don't really have a wall, so I can just march in wherever I want to for the most part.
Units, group.
We're gonna set these guys up to assault over here, I think. Since there's like a nice clear path up to like the, zone itself over here. Now note by the way that like of my units here, we basically have like, the common spearman or levy spearman, which are basically like, the basic spearmen for like the Franks. They also have access to like axemen and like, swordsmen at some point, as well as like fresh guys or rolling ass type of guys. So they're pretty fun to use, these guys. I'll note that chosen warlord, by the way, is like, a general type of unit, so I'll note that the generals in this game, they aren't really like,
Units! My lord!
Is he attacking me?
Kill them! Units! Units! Yes, move! March! Move!
I have no idea what these guys are doing, but okay. They're charging me. If a president want to, I'll die, I'm fine with that. So let's, start shooting at him, I guess.
March! Axemen!
So we're seeing, like, some trolling going on here.
Yes. Move. Axemen, move. Units, advance. Axemen, move on.
Look at all those casualties from my spears. And look at that, they're actually starting to retreat now.
Units, advance! Units! Double time! Units! Advance!
They still have pelums or whatever they're used to throwing, but they don't seem to be throwing them right now, my guys. Oh well.
Units, double time! March! My lord! Warlord! Forward!
Get my guys over here. Yeah, I like the music for like the the expansion because like it basically is like a really darker tone.
Units, advance! Butcher them!
Just gonna attack them.
Units, double time!
Get my guys over here. I'll note by the way, like my axeman, I don't really want to get him into combat if I can, like avoid it. So I'm gonna try and like keep him in reserve.
Yes.
Basically, the thing about these axemen is that they're expensive, but they're also like not very easily replaceable at the start of the game. So I'll try and like keep them like from getting killed right away.
My lord, move.
I'm gonna get you guys running for a little bit. Basically, intent to coming right back to these guys. So
Attack! Units,
I guess I go rush these guys. We'll see what they do as my, like, you know, horsemen charge at them. There we go, nice little smashing of, like, these guys. If they want to charge me, I'm fine with that, so...
Units, advance! Yes!
Let's see how this goes. A little bit of glitch there, but there's, like, the, you know, these guys. I think that's a general right there, maybe? It's really hard to tell. The thing about these guys is it's sort of hard to tell which one's the general and which one's, like, you know, just a regular fighter.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
Units,
Orders completed.
units, charge! Barbarian units! Units, double time! Units! Units, make haste! Warlord! Quickly! Slay them!
See they come after my guys again.
Slay them!
Get my warlord in a battle here a little bit.
The warlord of the enemy army. The enemy warlord is dead, slain by your brave warriors.
Well, we got him.
My lord,
Finally.
move forward, waiting for orders.
Yes!
Move. Yes.
We're just gonna slowly wear these guys down a little bit.
Warlord!
The thing about this is that, you know, I can sort of like wait here a little bit.
Axeman. Move. Hurry.
And it's like, you know, let them kind of me, so to speak.
Spears.
Units, fire at will! Barbarian warlord! Slay them! They're attacking us!
Oh, my general's trying to kill these guys a little bit. Yeah, these peasants don't really stand much of a chance against me, but whatever.
This is a great victory. The cries of dying enemies are sweet music to our warriors.
There's a captured city already. And what I'm going to basically do here at this point is just, like, you know, just
I'll rule!
enslave the people and bring them over to my capital.
And by conquest!
So basically, I'll get myself a little bit more people and get some denarii. Entire purpose of that is just to do that. And I'm just going to tax the shit out of this place for the most part, but we'll get some peasants to sort of guard it. And we'll build a market too. And I'll note, by the way, that basically with these guys, they have, like, you know, barbarian is like their, like, you know, culture. But we're also serving barbarian, so it's like, you know, we use, like, the same, like, stuff. So we can actually, like, build on top of their, like, you know, temple and get, like, the Sacred Grove of Donar without having to build a new temple. Or I guess, like, you know, speaking of my ass there, really don't know what, we don't know why it is. It's a basic culture of barbarian. We're like, we are barbarian, so to speak. It's not a different culture.
Orders? Yes! Forward!
I'm going to set this to growth for now.
Orders.
And this guy's just going to make his way over here.
Out of moves. General.
And I guess I can actually send this guy right here to, you know, siege this place. Let's do that.
Kill them. Besieging settlement.
I actually need to have, like, you know, some stuff to siege this one, but whatever. This will go down easily enough.
Assassin ready.
Cool, they want trade rights. Now, with these guys here, I'm actually going to offer them alliance if I can. Now, the reason I'm allying myself with the Lombardi is because they actually will probably be like a good ally for me to have later on. Their goal in this game is to sort of like go down to Italy, as I'm like, you know, going to France. So we're basically going like different directions, and we're not going to really compete with each other. So why not? So his guy's right there.
On my way. On my way. On my way.
Alright, so here's the Campus Prissy over here, apparently.
Dead.
Apparently the faction leader of the I guess the rebels are over here, for whatever reason. And I failed to assassinate, you know, sabotage anything, but whatever.
On my way. Out of moves.
So obviously, the Roman Emperor is going to take that easy little, you know, pickings for himself, I guess.
Yes, my lord.
Not much I can do about that, but you know, whatever.
Unable to move. Yes. Forward.
We'll get that guy in this little compartment over here.
Yes, master.
Now, I know there was my spy here. I probably really want him to, like, you know, go into the Roman Empire to look around, so we probably won't be exploring around this guy too much.
Spy.
I'll always have a look at his stuff over here. So this guy's basically got Barbarian Cavalry, Spear Warband. These guys are like a lot more barbarian than, like, you know, me, so there's not a whole lot more to say about that, but, you know, they're more barbarian than me.
Moving into position.
The thing about the Franks is they can actually build, like, decent roads, and that's something that barbarian cultures really can't do. But the Franks can, just for a simple reason that, you know, they're, like, a little more civilized than the other, like, barbarians around them. There's our alliance announced and all that.
Lord.
I'm in Cults one moment, just going to see what's going on. Alright, I returned. Had to go do a couple quick things, but whatever, we're back now. Okay, this guy's here. You're right there.
General. Attack.
I'll know this at this point this guy's got more build points to like build stuff, which is good. I feel like I should build 2 rams because I got the chance to.
Siege.
I'll basically ram like a wall and like the gate perhaps or something. Couple more turns to build the Great Hall over here. Now, note by the way, financially, I basically want to make a lot of money here because the more money I can make, the more I have like to spend when I actually start conquering territory.
My lord.
Let's see, this guy can go up here. There's a Saxons, by the way, we'll go say hi to him.
We'll talk to them.
We just want trade rights of these guys for now. And, you know, I do actually want to get trade rights of like the Burgundy guys too, but well, look at that. I actually got there in time before this guy managed to get here, which is nice. I'll take this one too, and then, you know, that'll be that.
I will talk to them. Out of moves.
I'm gonna send this guy to go talk to this guy over here. Basically, at this point, after like, you know, talk to like, you know, these like barbarians around here, I want to basically aim to like go talk to the like, you know, Western rebels, so I like maybe get an alliance with them, or this kid trade it to him or whatever.
Orders.
So I'll try and do that.
As you wish. Moving into position. Moving into position.
So the Burgundians over here trying to siege this rebel place over here.
Destroy!
Let's just invade these guys for now. And we'll get this battle underway.
Our foes are gathered. Now we see where they want to die. It is time for their dying. Harden your hearts and let your rage strengthen your sinews. Scream your battle cries, call to the gods, ask for their strength, and put true fear in the souls of your enemies.
Alright, there's our little, like, you know, victory each here.
Await my orders.
Now, with this battle here, I probably want to hit the walls over here because that's a little bit away from this, like, you know, firing, like, you know, tower. So that's what I'll probably aim to do. And everyone else is going to sort of fall behind.
Units forward.
I'm in position. I'm in position.
Units.
I could actually go after the gate, but, you know, hitting over here will make it a little bit easier to, like, you know, avoid, like, the towers base is what I want to basically do.
The battering ram is at the walls. Our warriors attack. Now is the time for great deeds.
Awesome, these guys are close enough to hit these guys, while being, like, you know, not too close to the walls. That's going to drive them away a little bit.
Spears. Move out. Move out.
I'll note the main thing I just want to do in this battle is, like, you know, get myself in, and just go from there.
Waiting for orders. The enemy walls are down. Our warriors will take their reward in blood and treasure. Spear Warband! Axeman! Ram! Spear! Hurry!
Units.
Axeman! Move! Spear Warband! Butcher them!
Here we go.
Units. Units attack.
Spear Warband! Quickly!
I need these guys to get in there.
Warlord. Hurry.
Yes! Quickly! Spear Warband! Butcher them!
Warlord. Slay them.
Need to hit these guys in the back so, like, they start to panic. There we go. Now it's a big slaughter. I'm gonna focus on these, you know, these guys first because they're basically more of a nuisance than air stuff.
My lord! Attack! Our warriors have taken the walls. Now the streets will run with blood.
Excellent. Come on, get that last guy. I'm just gonna pull these guys back for now.
Barbarian warlord, waiting for orders.
Whoops, they're actually in range to hit me, I guess.
Units, double time! Quickly!
I might as well just charge any of these guys with my guys, so, you know, they don't take any more casualties than they have to. These guys don't have, like, a general to, like, you know, really defend themselves with, so...
Warlord!
I can really crush them if I run into them, basically.
Units! Units attack! Units charge! Warlord!
Yeah, I think about, like, these peasants, they're not really matched for, like, a warlord, so...
Quickly!
We'll back off my guy.
Quickly!
My lord! Lord. Attack!
Warlord! Hurry, move! Move, move!
The warlord of the enemy army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him! Goats make good eating.
These guys can't really retreat because they're basically in the square, but whatever.
Ready!
There's that guy.
Slay them!
There's the general, I think, right there.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Yes, attack! That's what barbarians do.
Ready!
And there we go.
This is a great victory.
That was a little bit hard to do, but, you know, it went down easily enough. So, there we go.
We shall rule! Settlement captured!
We're just gonna slave these guys for now. Apparently I got myself a nice little bonus and stuff. Okay, we're gonna basically build up a market here. I really only need to have, like, you know, a couple, I think, here for, like, you know, peasants, basically. And then for everything else here, basically, I can, like, just have this guy, like, sort of hold the place. So actually, probably what I do here, I'll build up, like, a couple more peasants here and have these guys just relocate back to my capital. There's always a possibility that the Roman Empire might decide that they're going to basically attack me. And, you know, if I have a little bit of defense there, like, you know, it might just, like, stave them off a little bit.
Lord. Spying.
So there's that.
Moving into position.
There's Saxony's, like, you know, capital right there.
Unable to move.
I'll have this guy just explore around Roman territory.
Unable to move.
Will be his job.
Can I be of service? Unable to move.
It's actually faster for him to go to this guy, so might as well go to him instead. Now, if they manage to actually, like, suppress it, then it says it's basically crushed. So the Roman rebellion has been crushed. Now we must face a Roman Empire that can concentrate on foes outside its borders, not within. That usually happens with the Eastern Empire. They usually, you know, don't have much of a deal with it, so they just crushed it. Interesting, those guys are now in ceasefire. And there we go, lots of stuff getting built. Now, the nice thing about building a Great Hall over here is that it lets me build, like, you know, other stuff. I probably won't build the Guild Hall because that'll basically be like a really big, like, you know, construction, like, that'll cost a lot of money. Seems like, you know, large fuel estates or other stuff like that, but... whatever, I figure it's good to, like, just let this sit for now. Basically, in the capital here, I just wanted to basically build up its growth really, really fast. So let's leave it alone. And, you know, leave it low like, taxes and stuff. These ones outside, I don't really care about them so much, but growing, I wanted to basically just make me money for most part, so... that's what they're basically going to be here for. I'm going to bar paving the roads for the most part over here. Then it's going to, you know, give them like a trader each and then be done with it.
Yes, Chief. Yes. Forward.
That's fine. I can leave these guys over here, so...
march.
let's get this guy back over here. This guy's marching around my territory for some reason. I don't know why, but okay. I'm actually not really concerned about these settlements over here, because if they get attacked, it's actually not really a big deal. If these, like, get lost and, like, you know, I can actually get the option to, like, you know, turn myself into a horde. And I'm just gonna, like, give them away at, like, you know, when I basically ready to horde off anyway, so there's that.
Lord. Spy.
Now, I know with the Saxons, by the way, they actually have, like, a shipyard. The thing about them is that they're going to be crossing the channel to, like, you know, go attack England, so, you know, basically they're able to boats and large boats basically do it. There's a Burgundy assassin, apparently. Where's mine?
Who shall die this day?
I really need to have some, like, you know, rebel armies pop up so I can, like, start assassinating people. That doesn't happen immediately, though.
Moving into position. No more moves.
Yes.
I might have this guy build a watchtower over here or something so I can see what's going on. Might be an idea to look into.
Yes, master. Moving.
Get my spy over here.
Moves.
And let's just get going. Forgot that I was moving this guy around, but that's fine. We'll talk to this guy, and we'll get our trade rights going with this guy. So, trade rights, please. And... there we go.
Prepare to ambush.
So basically, over here is like the Burgundy, or just like one settlement for now. These guys, by the way, will actually really explode in expansion, like to like the east. Basically, in Germany, by the way, there's lots of like barbarians all over the place. But like outside Germany, there's like, you know, lots of territory for like guys like these to expand if they want to. I doubt these guys will be able to survive an attack by this guy, but it'd be cool if this guy actually failed. And look at that, there we go. I finally have my brigands popping up. So...
Who shall die this day?
let's go kill this guy if I can.
Death is near.
I missed my target, but if I get to like some kill in this guy, then like, you know, can get my like levels up with an assassin.
Spying.
So there's a Saxon kill, that's one of the soldiers for these guys, by the way.
On my way.
And there's Campus Frizzy basically taken from the rebels by the, you know, this guy, the Roman Empire.
On my way. No more moves. Out of moves.
Can I be of service?
At this point, I want this guy to sort of push into, like, you know, find like the
No more moves.
Eastern Roman Empire, so we'll try and do that.
No more moves.
These guys declare war on each other. That seems a little bit odd, but okay. Basically, the Vandals are I think, already basically in, like, you know, horde form, so it's basically horde on horde action over there, I guess.
General! Forward!
Let's get this guy right here, I think.
Move out! Out of moves!
I'm actually tempted to leave this guy right here, by the way, so I can see rebels over here. This guy can also get experience killing stuff as well, so that's something else I could do with him. We're just going to do that right now. You know, I'm actually tempted to build those roads because I think I might be able to make the money back with trade if I like build them. The thing is, like, I'm going to be sticking around, like, you know, this capital for a little while before I actually do anything. I'm basically waiting for a population to go up to, like, you know, 24,000 basically is what I'm doing right now. That's all I'm really doing, is waiting and waiting, waiting. So, might as well build up some roads. I'll get some money from that, basically. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything over here, but I think we're just going to leave that alone, that one. Oh, they decided to get rid of them right away.
Waiting to ambush.
Assassin ready. Moving into position.
Yes. Forward.
Let's keep this guy going for now.
Yes, master. On my way.
That's the fastest way over here, I guess, so we'll go this way.
My lord? Yes, master. No more moves. Unable to move. Good.
There we go. Now that's something I expect. Basically, the Huns are now going after some Martians. They're basically one of the, as you know, as I basically showcased, they're one of like the barbarian factions like over here in like the west part of like, you know, the lands. You might see like some Martians in flight soon because that's basically after like, you know, they get defeated, that's one way they'll turn to a horde. Well, look at that, those guys defeated them. Interesting. I wouldn't mind taking this if I could, so... And yes, by the way, you get some little events like these before, so New Testament formulated. Amphasius has finished collating his New Testament, presenting the canon in 27-book form, the omitted books becoming known as the Apocrypha. There are whispers of decisions as to what to include and what to omit, have more to do with political interests of the church leaders than true doctrine. Apparently the richest faction now, that's to be expected. And these guys who are a ceasefire, so they're basically on the war of the Huns now.
Move! Unable to move.
Gonna bring these guys over here for now.
Who shall die this day?
I'm gonna leave this guy around here for now, just for a moment, I think.
Moving into position.
Just so I can see what's happening with, like, you know, Campus Chatty.
Moving into position. Unable to move. Yes,
And I'll keep these guys just moving down
moving into position.
in, like, you know, this territory.
On my way. Unable to move.
Sir, at once. At once.
Oh, there's some merchants saying hi, so they want trade, okay. We're good with that. Let's see if we get map information of them. So basically there's some Martians over there. These guys still want an alliance with me, but I'm going to say no. So there's an important marriage happening. The Vandals have basically declared war on the Goths. That makes sense. And these guys built the road. Awesome. So yeah, over here basically is the Sarmatians. I'll note that their land is actually kind of like very odd in that basically they have like a summit all the way over here. That's the Sarmatian capital. But they basically have like, you know, borders to like, you know, the Romans over here. So it's very odd, but you know, whatever.
General, attack! No more moves.
See if I can get my guy over here when I get the chance.
Assassin ready. On my way. Unable to move.
Move that guy right there.
Yes, master. On my way.
There's a rebel family member right here.
Done. Moving. Out of moves.
And that's not owned by rebels, but okay. Whatever. We'll look around for them.
Your Honor.
I'll find those rebels. They're probably like, you know, over here on like the African coast, but whatever. I'll get to them eventually.
At once.
Alright, this seems like a good stopping point for this episode. I just wanted to like, you know, showcase a little bit of what the game's all about. And then like, you know, start getting like, you know, my Franks basically up to speed. So let's just cut right here. And next time, we'll probably do a whole lot more sitting around. Well, obviously, like maybe conquer this if I get the chance. And if I don't get the chance to conquer it, I'll just basically sit around and do nothing for the most part. Because that's what the Franks basically do at the start of the game. They basically build up their, like, you know, forces somehow and wait. If war, we must always leave room for the hopes of fortune, accidents, blah blah, and all that stuff. A little bit too fast there, but whatever.